What's up, traders, and welcome back to the City Traders Imperium YouTube channel. My name is Rodrigo. I'm the performance coach for City, and today I had the pleasure of meeting Mohamad, who has passed the evaluation. And Mohamad is a very interesting character. He knows how to trade gold very well, and usually he likes to flip his personal accounts, so he is a high risk type of trader. But obviously with the City Traders Imperium funding, you need to be disciplined. So in this interview, you get a clear example of a trader who has to have the discipline and force himself to follow good risk management, because that's exactly how to survive in this game. So you're going to learn some insights today into how Mohamad sees the market, how he trades, and why he trades. So you get a little bit of insight into his background, into his strategy. So without further ado, let's get into the interview so you can all meet Mohamad. Hey Mohamad, how you doing?
I'm good, fine, thank you.
Good.
Nice to finally meet you, Rodrigo.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to meet you as well. And congratulations on passing the evaluation.
Thank you, thank you. I'm truly grateful.
Good, good. How did you find the evaluation?
Well, to be honest with you, it was quite a new experience having to trade with a certain set of rules, because in my own account, well, I wouldn't say I was trading without rules before, but maybe very bad risk control. So having to suddenly have to pass an evaluation where my maximum risk per position was just 1.5 was definitely difficult for me, because I'm usually used to risking much more. So that was a nice surprise, because finally I was like, hey, I'm actually doing it and practicing proper risk control. So it was a nice and pleasant surprise, I would have to say.
That's really good. It's so important that you highlighted risk control, and that's one thing that you have to take into consideration when you're trading. And in fact, it's probably the number one contributor to having a successful run in your trading, because if you get your risk management right, your risk reward correct, your position sizing, it's actually probably more important to manage your risk than it is your entry, because with the entry you have specific rules, and you can get lucky, but when you're managing a trade, that's when it gets difficult.
Yeah, I understand. I see now that proper risk control is what actually ensures the longevity of your training activities.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can see from your performance, if you remember in the beginning, you took a little bit of a dip, you went into a small bit of drawdown, and that happened twice, but then
Yeah,
you managed to gain your composure, and then from that point it was just a really good performance to the upside. You know, you can tell obviously you did take some losses over here, but because of risk management, because of your risk control rules, that kind of saved you. So what is your risk management strategy, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, in my personal account, I would say my trading style is super high risk. It depends on the type of mood that I am in for the day and how much extra money I have. I would sometimes be willing to risk the whole account, which is about $100 to $500, I would say. So I would be willing to risk $100 to $500 to possibly make 100 to 300% returns with one trade.
Wow, sounds pretty
So
wild.
yeah, I do this. This has been my, well, like I said, I just only started trading. So initially, it was a lot of blown accounts, just blowing accounts left and right, redepositing money, and then just trying to learn and how to get this right. I would study books, would go online, I'd watch YouTube videos, I'd pay people a few $1,000 to mentor me and that thing. But after doing that for almost 1 year, I realized that yeah, I am making profits now, but to make sure that I do this for the long run, I think I need to do it with proper risk control, and that's why I enrolled to CTI, because like it's like when I don't have someone overlooking me, I have problems with being disciplined. even though I do know that, yes, I should not be opening a lot size this big, but who's there to stop me? And I end up not controlling my emotions very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to think that, yes, I have the skills already to flip those accounts, but at the same time, I also realize that it's not a lot different from gambling, to be honest. So
And that's
my
exactly
risk.
what we don't want to do. We don't want to be gamblers. We want to be disciplined traders. But with your performance, when you were trading the evaluation, you showed good risk control. So how did you manage your risk on the CTI account?
I just followed the rules. I mean, they set a maximum 1.5. That was the maximum I was willing to go to. I just went on from there because my style is usually I do analysis on higher time frame, but I usually execute on the 5 minute and manage the trades on the 1 minute time frame. So my risk is always not more than 1.5, and I try to just make quick profits scalping on the 1 minute.
Okay. I see you're only trading gold. That's
Yeah.
is there any particular reason why you trade gold so well and not anything else?
I have been trading gold exclusively for the past 6 months, I believe. I have stopped looking at currency pairs altogether. It's nothing personal, it's just that I enjoy the way gold moves. I enjoy the number of pips I'm able to get in a day, the amount of time I spend having to analyze the charts and executing and managing these trades. It just suits my personality very well. I like how volatile it is, and after trading gold, I'm also trading a little bit of indices and cryptocurrencies now, but it's been a while since I traded currencies. So yeah, I passed the evaluation just trading gold. So I'm really glad that they made gold an option to trade on the evaluation, because otherwise I don't think I would have enrolled.
Yeah, I can see why. And what's really interesting about your trading statement is that you have both buys and sells in both directions. And I can see here that just scrolling through your statement, you're pretty consistent with taking 0.05 lot positions on gold, but every now and again you go in with a zero point 0.3. I saw that a few times and it paid off. I think it was near the start here. Look, I can see on the 22nd of July, you took a buy, 0.3 lots, and you held that just for a few hours, and that was a loss. But you did that again on the 6th of August, and that paid off handsomely. You made a big win on that day. Do you remember that day, the 5th and the 6th of August, right at the beginning of August? You took a big win on gold.
Yeah, I remember I executed a few trades with a 0.30 lot size on gold during this evaluation that gave me handsome returns.
Yes.
I think I did it 2 or 3 times.
Well, what made you take those trades? What made you have so much high conviction?
Because that's how I usually trade. I usually trade with higher lot size on a smaller size account, and I usually trade like that, and I'm able to generate profits. So the only reason I don't do it all the time, 0.30 now, is because I try to remind myself that, hey, I do not have time limit. I mean, I have all the time in the world to make this money, just don't lose the money. So
Yeah.
I know that I can do it, but sometimes when I get a little bit too greedy or impatient, which I know are really strong traits of mine actually, and I have a hard time trying to actually be patient and trying to not be too greedy and trying to be very well controlled emotionally. So like I said, that's how I usually trade.
Good, good. It seems like you know yourself very well. You know the point where you need to put the brakes on, and that's what's important. And that's where most traders they struggle with. They struggle with that greed, controlling those I wouldn't say controlling emotion. I'm saying managing those emotions and understanding your emotions. Because when you start feeling that greed, that's the time to slow down. That's the time to reduce your risk. And I can see you've done that really well with your performance. And look through your statistics here, you had I would say, relatively decent drawdown. So your relative drawdown was 3.15. That was pretty good management considering that your target was 7%, I believe. So you did very well. I think you started trading in July, and you passed in, let's see, you kept trading until the 1st of September. So a few months there. So you've done really well with gold. You've done really well with your risk management. So overall, how would you say your experience was trading the CTI valuation?
Overall, I had a good time. It was not really stressful. The only thing was that possibly having to wait to complete that minimum 30 days for me was because I'm an impatient person. I knew I could hit those targets, and I hit those targets early. So having to still continue to trade just to complete that minimum 30 days was a challenge for myself, to just being a more patient person.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point. The whole point of those 30 active trading days is so that you demonstrate patience. And so many traders, when they pass, they realize that the CTI rules, in fact, improve their trading, because it forces you as a trader to follow risk management, to practice patience. And patience is all about focusing on your process, and it takes your mind away from the money, because you think, if you think, right, I got 30 days to hit the target, you're going to think money, 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 right? Big risk. But when you don't have that pressure, you just have then that's the type of trader we want to look for. So the way you trade for your personal account, the way you're flipping accounts, that's not what we want. So now that you're a portfolio manager, I definitely recommend to continue this disciplined trading, patient trading, because there is no time limit. There is no minimum trading days as well. So that could tempt you. That could tempt you to want to pass this in 2 weeks, because you think, right, I want to pass this in a week, 2 weeks. But that's the wrong way to think about it. The best way to think about it is to see it as a marathon. So if you treat it like a race, it can be over like that, right? It's a gamble. But if you treat it like a marathon, then that's the best way to do it as a professional. And so what I do recommend is start off with the minimum risk at the start. Do that for a couple of weeks and just get used to trading bigger lot size. Now you're going to have a bigger account now. Is this the biggest account you've managed, or have you managed bigger accounts before?
This is the biggest account I've managed.
Yeah.
Previously,
yeah.
I think the largest was 15,000. So
yeah.
20,000 is definitely the biggest account I will be managing now.
Yeah. So psychologically, that is.
However,
yeah.
1.20 is not the biggest lot size I've ever executed.
Yes. So there is obviously psychologically we all have a number that could be risk percentage, it could be lot size, or it can be account balance. So whatever your limit is, you need to be comfortable with that limit when it comes to risk management. Every trader has something different. For me personally, I work in percentages. So for me, everything is in a percent. Anytime I go above a certain percentage, so for FX, I don't like going over 2%, right? For one trade. For crypto, I don't like going over 10-15% of my entire portfolio. There's a limit. And when you go past that limit, you're being greedy. So that's for me personally, but everyone's different, right? So what would you advise other traders who are thinking about taking the CTI valuation, who were in your position before and are learning to trade, trying to understand a strategy, and they really want to become a funded trader? What advice would you give them?
Well, I think the advice I would give is go for it. You have 1 whole year to complete the evaluation and to practice proper risk management. So if you are thinking about it, definitely go for it, because there's no monthly fee. It's a one-time payment thing. So even if you are just learning, just getting new and adapting to learning, I think it's a very good opportunity. You don't have much to lose. Definitely go for it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. So and thank you so much, Mohammed, for your time and for your disciplined trading. I hope that continues.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I remember there was a point where I actually, because as much as I like to say I practice keeping a trading journal, I don't keep a trading journal. There was one point where I remember I was like in drawdown, and I was like, I only have this much left to lose. So if I continue executing a 0.30 lot size, I will just lose this in. That's when I immediately just dropped the lot sizes and just focused on making small profits so that I was able to buffer whatever drawdown I was in.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's different now because it's not a relative drawdown. So
Yeah.
definitely more comfortable with that as compared to
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
a relative drawdown.
You definitely have a little bit more buffer, but it's a double-edged sword, right? Because you know you've got a little bit of buffer, that greed kicks in, especially when you see a very nice setup. And I know you're trading the lower time frames on gold, and gold moves beautifully in the lower time frames. It respects the technicals. So it's very easy to just think, you know what, I'm going to go aggressive on this, right? But when you feel that, just remember my voice. Rodrigo told me, just lower the risk. Just take it easy. And another tip as well is you get to choose now when you want to withdraw. Because it's an absolute drawdown now as a portfolio manager, it's a really good idea to, when you make a withdrawal, not to withdraw everything, because then that gives you a bit more of a buffer. So for example, if you make 3%, you can withdraw 2% and leave that extra 1% as a buffer. So then you have 6% absolute drawdown, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And just to have a plan in place and give yourself that buffer. That's definitely a really good tip that I like to give for PMs. That's basically what I do as well. So I always give myself that little room.
Extra buffer.
Exactly, because a losing streak can come at any moment. You never know. So I'm always expecting to have a losing streak. So that means every single trade, I try my best to follow my process and my rules, because you never know when you might decide to have self-sabotage and you know, you're emotionally compromised. It definitely happens to me after I have 3 losses in a row. I get a bit frustrated, or when I have after 3 wins in a row, I get a little bit too greedy. I get a bit excited. So that's just me personally. Every trader is different. Mohammed, I'm just conscious of the time, and I've really enjoyed this conversation with you. It's been very insightful. It's been really interesting to hear about your story. It's very inspirational. You haven't been a trader for that long, but already you're achieving what many traders are trying to achieve.
I have so many questions, and I'm finally glad that I am with you guys, because hopefully now I have like a trading circle, because otherwise it's just me, the internet, and just trying to figure things out. So now at least I know I have a solid team who I can discuss with and probably change ideas and insights with. So thank you.
You're welcome. And it's our pleasure. This is exactly the reason why we built this community, is why we have over 2,400 funded traders in our public Discord. Is so that you can share your experiences, share your struggles, and we take care of it as a team. And now you'll be given a special role in Discord as a portfolio manager, so you'll be able to actually discuss with other PMs. And plus, you can always reach out to myself. You can reach out to Diego, who's our senior coach. And so if you ever feeling like you need to speak to someone, we got you covered. We got your back.
Nice.
All right. Cool. So thanks again.
I can't wait for the day I visit London.
Yeah.
You guys in London, right? You're in London, right?
I live in Essex, so I'm close to London. I used to live in London, but we are making plans to open up a trading floor in London. So hopefully when that happens, we'll invite you over. Mohammed, thank you so much for your time. It's been very insightful, very interesting to hear your story. And again, congratulations, well done on passing the evaluation. Welcome into the team, and I'll see you in the PM channel on Discord. We can exchange some trading ideas And remember, we're always here if you need any support, or if you just need some company one day. We can just talk some charts, talk on gold. I'm always interested in what gold is doing. So I'll definitely, I would like to see some of your analysis on gold. So don't keep that really good analysis to yourself. Make sure you share it. Share some love.
Of course, brother.
All right, good. And for all those interested in our CTI funding, all the links are in the description below. And if you've enjoyed this interview here with Mohamad and myself, show us some love. Smash that like button, subscribe so you don't miss out, and also hit that bell notification. All of this is going to help the YouTube algorithm put out our message that CTI, we are helping traders achieve their personal freedom. Again, thanks for tuning in. Mohamad, take care. We'll see you soon. There you have it, guys. You've met Mohamad now, and you've seen the way he trades and the way he sees the market. It's all about risk management. It's all about discipline, and he seems to know gold very well, so well that he knows when to push hard on a risky trade, and it seems that it's paid off. Good luck to Mohamad. I hope he does very well as a portfolio manager. And if you are ready to take on the CTI funding, make sure that you head over to our website. All the links are below. And if you are struggling as a trader, or you are an experienced trader but you want to take your trading to the next level, make sure that you check out our mastermind program. So the funded mastermind program is all about developing you and getting you ready for our funding, so you would learn all of the right skills and tactics in order to develop the trader mindset. Because if that is what's missing in your entire process, then the mastermind has been built for you. Thanks guys for supporting our channel. So make sure that you show us love, like and subscribe, and comment below what you're struggling with as a trader right now. And if you are ready for funding, let us know. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.